Hello everyone, and welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff, and today is Lego set 75312, and that's Bobo Fett Starship. It used to be known as something else, but I guess that's no longer appropriate. But let's go ahead and let's dive into the building. This is not a very big set. It's got 593 pieces, just shy of 600. So and in keeping with it, I'm wearing my shirt, The Mandalorian, and this shirt does come with both Bobo Fett and the Mandalorian minifigures. And it comes with the Gomorian Guard, who is encased in carbonite. This is not the first ship that I own. The other ones were called Slave One, and I do own at least 2 copies of it. One of the very early ones, a later one, and I can't remember, have the Ultimate Collector Series one. I thought I bought it, but I have not had a chance to actually check it, but I do know about the other 2 copies of it. I do have those. And good morning, Greg. Good morning, Jenny. How is everybody this lovely Sunday morning? Alright, first thing we're doing is putting together Bobo Fett. And let's put together his gun. And how is everybody this morning? There we go. We've got Bobo Fett. This is one of those that I hope to finish in one live stream. And let's see. Jennifer said, or Jenny says, beautiful day. Greg says, I'm waiting for my UCS X-Wing to ship. And that is awesome, dude. I am glad you were able to get that. Do you mind me asking about how much you paid for it? Because I know that one's one of those that can be all over the place on how much you're going to pay. But I am happy for you, Greg. That's quite awesome to be able to get an older set that you want, especially a retired licensed one. Those licensed ones always sell for way more than they should. Well, not always, but a lot of times they go for a lot more than they should after they retire. Well, that's nice. YouTube says I now have 0 viewers. Thank you, everybody, for leaving. I'm just kidding. I know nobody left. It's just this dumb thing keeps doing whatever it likes. But speaking of likes, please hit the like button. That does help out the channel tremendously. Which actually, I don't think the channel's going very bad. I think it's going very well. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want to use a double negative there. It actually, in my opinion, is going very well. Under $300, I want new stickers. Yeah, I can understand that. Sheet in a red 5 Luke minifigure. Yeah, YouTube is how do I say this? It's got its own mind, I guess. A mind of its own. All right. Okay. now we've got some stickers. My favorite part, right, Greg? But yesterday was actually a really good day for me. I started unpacking the 154 Avenger Endgames from my store about 2 weeks ago, a little less than 2 weeks ago, and I finished it completely yesterday. So even the minifigures are done, put away. Very happy with that. That is quite an accomplishment. That was almost 100,000 pieces. And this morning, in keeping with what I do, I started breaking open the castle set, which I have 105 of those, and there's 1,500 pieces in there, so it's over 150,000 pieces. That will be hitting my store just as soon as I get far enough to list it. So very happy about that. Greg, still have flashbacks of, yes, I do actually. Got a little PTSD going there. No, I'm just kidding. Some people be offended by that. I gotta be careful. No, it was a very challenging experience. I can say that with confidence. But you know, I actually displayed my Ferrari upstairs next to the other cars. It looks really nice. And I went to Walmart yesterday and I bought several storage drawer things. And that's because I keep adding to my store, so I need the space. So I think it's going very well. And I guess you probably don't realize that it takes a lot of work to get all that done. Certainly not complaining. I chose that lifestyle and I like it. I really enjoy being able to make a couple dollars off doing something that I really enjoy. Yeah, Greg, I saw that. Rumor has it that new larger set is the Titanic, over 12,000 pieces yet, and I heard that it's supposed to be $650. I don't know. I've kind of gone back and forth on that one, whether I'm going to get it or not. I think that in the end I'll end up getting it, just because the nostalgic value. I did like the movie. I do like the story of the Titanic. And does anybody here know why the Titanic was rediscovered? And if you don't know, I'm gonna tell the story, but I just wonder if anybody here knows it, because that's a really interesting story. So, the story is the Titanic was not meant to be found. There was a guy who was really good at finding famous shipwrecks, or any shipwreck actually. He was really good at it, and he had developed some sort of mathematical formula to develop the probability of where ships were, and his formula worked, but of course he wasn't sharing it with others. And the Navy, the U.S. Navy, had lost 2 nuclear submarines, and they wanted them found and recovered, so that, well, their technology couldn't be observed and stolen. And so they went to this guy that was really good at finding the shipwrecks, and they asked him to do it. He said he would do it under one condition: that the Navy would fund him finding the Titanic. Well, the Navy really can't do that, And so what the Navy said was, okay, that's a great cover story because we don't want people to know that this guy's looking for two lost submarines. So what we'll do is we'll tell the guy that we'll give him 12 days to find the submarines. And if he finds the submarines within those 12 days, we will still fund him for 12 days, and he can do whatever he wants with the funding for the rest of those days. And so this guy agreed to it, and it was a great cover story. The Navy did publicize that they were looking for the Titanic. The thing is, the guy found the 2 nuclear submarines, and I can't remember how fast, but he did find them within the 12 days, and he had some time left over, and so he went looking for the Titanic using the rest of that funding, and sure enough, on the very last day, he found the Titanic right where his mathematical thing told him it was going to be. So, if you didn't know, the U.S. Navy actually funded finding the Titanic. And all this has been declassified now, so, the Navy doesn't care. People know that they found their submarines. I think they only wanted to classify it long enough so that people couldn't interfere or try to steal those things. Oh, and by the way, I was looking through my Legos yesterday because I bought those new drawers, and I was transferring the old drawers to the new drawers, and I found out that I have like a whole drawer of like 200 of these things. I don't even know why I saved them. So I don't know if anybody actually knew the real story behind the Titanic and how it was found, but but the Titanic is an interesting story. The last survivor of the Titanic has passed away, so there's nobody left on this earth that was ever on the Titanic. And she passed away. She was a baby. The last survivor was a baby. And when it went down, so she does not remember being on the Titanic. But anyway, she passed away a few years ago, so there's nobody left. Yeah, so the reason the Navy was able to get around the rules, according to this documentary, was because the funding appropriated to find these things said that they funded so many days of operation for this company. And so, because it was written that way, they were able to say, okay, well, if you find it, within the 12 days, you can do whatever you want with the remainder of the balance. Because the contract wasn't written specifically, it was written in such a way that it didn't say you had to use those days to find the submarine. It just said you have 12 days of funding to try to find it. So yeah, they kind of skirted the rules a little bit there, but I'm glad they did. I think that finding the Titanic is awesome, and they're saying that because it's been underground for over 100 years, under the ocean over 100 years, they're saying that it may not be around, and they don't think it'll be around much longer. There's a lot of decay to it. But I think it'll be preserved forever because the fact that there's so many pictures of it now that It's going to be kind of hard for that thing to disappear from our memories, you know. And there have been explorations that have gone down and picked up many artifacts from the Titanic, which is something that the guy who originally found the Titanic was dead set against. He, when they interviewed him in the documentary, he said he felt that it was a graveyard, and that it was a mass graveyard, and that you don't pick up things from there, a graveyard. So he wouldn't do it. He did not do it. It was other people who learned where it was at. They sent submersibles down there, and they picked up some artifacts. And I gotta say, my hat goes off to a person like that has that kind of integrity, and who refuses to do something like that. Because I am of the opinion that should be left alone. I mean, there was how many thousands of people have died, but hey, that's just my personal opinion. Feel free to have a different opinion. And I don't know what we're building right here, but you know, hey, just make sure everything is here, and it is. Okay, so let's see, that's that part of the ship. Okay, so this is the ramp to get on the ship here. So yeah, I do try to watch interesting things while I'm working and doing Legos and whatever else. I certainly do try. And you know what? Let me just get it over with. I've made my decision. I'm gonna get it. One of the things that was keeping me on the edge of getting it is the fact that it does not come with the interior at all, is what I heard. It's just the ship itself. And I wish they would at least do like the grand staircase in the dining room or something, but they did not. The interior is completely devoid of anything. And it also depends too, is because Lego does not endorse my channel, and in fact I don't think they like me at all, they do not give me advanced copies of sets like they do some of the bigger channels. And so it kind of becomes a waste in a way for me to buy these sets when there's already 10 videos on this subject weeks before I can even get my hands on it. So it does make it difficult for me. I think that's kind of the point too. You know, they want you to be a yes man, and well, if you're not a yes man, you're gonna get punished. You know, Jenny, I don't know how long it is. It's got to be pretty dang big though, if it's 12,000 pieces. Part of the problem for me is where the heck am I going to display it when I'm done with it? I'm sure I'll figure that out. I'm hoping that I do have some plans to do some IKEA shelves along the kind of the top of the wall of the stairs, and that'll open up a lot of space for me. So I'm hoping to be able to do that, but you know, no guarantees whether I'm going to be able to do that, because that depends on my Bricklink sales and stuff, and it also depends on whether or not Rumble keeps paying me. But that is the plan in general, is do IKEA shelves, and then I have some shelves that I've used. You've seen those metal shelves in my videos, my house tour videos. I do have those, and the plan is to buy a few more and not fully assemble them because I don't have the room, but instead kind of Frankenstein them and use the shelves on the existing shelves, so I have more shelf space in the same amount of space, if that makes sense. I wasn't trying to get too confusing there, but that's part of my plan too. And if that goes the way I hope it does, then that should free up a heck of a lot of space, because I looked at I should be able to fit 2 more shelves doing that. And Greg says also Black Friday, the UCS AT. Yes, I heard that one as well, and that is definitely one. Let me put it this way: if I have a shortage of money and it comes down to the Titanic or the AT-AT, it's going to be the AT-AT. So. But the plan is to get both. Alright, I'm not sure what exactly we're building right here, but as they used to say, it's in the script. Alright, let's see. And Jenny says you'll need to have some deep shelves for that, for some of those sets. Yeah, it's becoming a challenge sometimes to know where to put things. And no jokes about that. Greg says the walking camel metal. Yes, I very much do like the AT-AT walker. I remember being a small child and watching Empire Strikes Back for the first time, and seeing those large, what I thought, of course, you gotta remember, I was really small. I think I was like 6 when it came out. I remember thinking they were totally cool, but I thought they were cats. But to a mind of a 6-year-old, that would kind of look like a cat. A big metal cat, but, you know, yeah, sure. Yeah, one of the versions of Slave 1, because that's what I'm going to call it. That's what it was when I bought it. I'll call this one Bobo Fett Starship, but historically, the other ones were called Slave 1. And one of the Slave 1 copies that I own, it has the gyro thing built into it, so that the seat that the Boba Fett sits in, when you twist it, it keeps it level, so no matter what you're at, he's looking out the window. It's really cool. Alright, so let's do this. Okay. And I imagine we got to do the other side here. And I won't be able to do the review on this particular set for a few days because I need the time. I'm going to go ahead and build the other copies of this ship that I have. And you know, lately I've been trying to tie things to my city, and I have to admit, this is not going in my city. So then now we've got some more stickers. Oh, okay, I see. Confused there. Half an hour of more work, John says. Why not make a theme restaurant? I guess I could. I mean, I have an unusual cookbook in real life. I'll have to find it. It's it's got Chewbacca on the front of it, and it's called Wookiee's Cookies. Anyway, so I guess I could do something real, and like I could do something close to that in my city. Alright, well, we are going to open bag number 3 of 4 right now, and we are right on schedule to be done in an hour, because it's 4 bags and we're at 27 minutes. So, good deal, good deal. What was that in Hook? Good form, good form. So yeah, John, I'll have to adjust some things to be able to make room to do a themed restaurant. The only problem is I don't think they make Lego nerd minifigures, because that's all that would go there. I'm one of them. I'm one of those nerds, but... So sticker number 2. Yes, Greg, the flashbacks commence. Okay, so for this one, okay. I like how they seal it up with another piece to make sure it holds. That's really awesome. Very clever. look at that. We're looking at 30 minutes into this, and we are much further than I thought we'd be. So I am pleased with that. Yep, as soon as we're done, I'm going to go upstairs and start putting together the, or taking apart the castle sets and sorting them out so that I can easily take them apart and sort them. It's going to, I imagine it's going to take me almost all week, if not the whole entire week, to get that many pieces sorted out, but that's just the thing. It's very awesome to be at this point, and to be honest with you, that's what's paying for most of what you're seeing here, because YouTube does not pay me yet, and Rumble has paid me very little. So it is my Bricklink store that funds most of this. So if you want to help the channel and you got a Lego project, please check my store and see if I've got what you need, and if I do, please buy it from me. Alright. This is very unusual, this pattern that I'm doing. I know it's part of the Starship, so okay. Okay, so we've got the blaster cannon there. Going pretty well, in my opinion. And I'm pretty sure we got to do the other side here in a second. Yep, there we go. Just like I thought. So this is a different color on this side, dark green, light bluish gray here. Just a little something I noticed. And some of the versions of this that I have, one of the versions I have, this is much larger than this. Okay, something ain't right. Okay, well I like that. Starting to really take shape and look like Boba Fett's ship. You know, there's a themed restaurant. Sounds like a good idea, John. Near my in-laws' house, there's this restaurant that has a '57 Chevy that's been cut in half in such a way that it kind of comes out of the roof, and as you can imagine, it's an old restaurant diner thing. So doing something similar with this ship on top of the roof, I think would be pretty cool. I don't know how much you guys read of the Star Wars story, if any, before Disney took it over. But there was actually, I believe it was Slave 1 and Slave 2. Because Bobo Fett had his own starship, and then he had his dad's older one too. Well, here we go. We're back to 0 viewers, according to my dashboard. So thanks for those who are sticking around. I'm just kidding. I know that's a mistake. That's just the way YouTube does it. Alright, we are on bag number 4, which is the final bag. And, you know, seeing as we've got I like to keep these things at an hour. We're right on schedule to be done on time. Alright, so now we have the actual Mandalorian character. I like how they give Boba Fett some big blaster, and the Mandalorian here has got this little puny blaster. That's pretty cool. Kind of funny. And then now we've got to put another sticker, and I believe this is the last sticker. It is. And this is of a Gomorian Guard, which was those green pigs in Jabba's palace, encased in carbonite. Oh, and I had to wipe out my laptop this week because it wasn't displaying any web pages except for either Google or YouTube, which was really annoying. And so I wiped out my laptop because I tried the other fixes that were online and none of them worked. So that's what I did there, and that worked. But then that meant I had to reinstall OBS, and I had to really just kind of work my way back to having everything that I needed on the computer. And I love that. I love these little blasters, the cannons to the ship here. I think it's pretty cool. Alright, well now we have both cannons on there. It looks like now we're going to build the actual size of these things. Because we already have the cockpit built. I do wish that LEGO would come out with a monorail track again. I know it's kind of has nothing to do with this video, but when I plan out the monorail in my city now, I get kind of upset that it doesn't exist. Because I do have some track, but if you know that set, it mostly came with curved tracks, not straight ones. And it's so expensive for the straight ones that I'm not going to be able to expand it. And if they were to re-release the track, it would be cheaper. Now, there are companies I've heard that have done that, but I'm not sure of their cost. Alright, so we have this little hub thing here, and it says we got to build another one of these, so let's get started. Okay, it looks like the actual Starship is... Oh, no, it's not. Got little wings. Spoke too soon. I thought it was almost done, but I thought it was done. Oh, pardon me. Oh, alright, well, messed that up. Let me fix that. John's favorite part when I have to go back and redo things. Alright. Okay, so we've got a little wing piece that, yep, as you move the ship, it stays with it. And we've got the other side here coming up. Pardon me. After we're done with the actual ship, there's one little piece that needs to be built. It's kind of like a stand. It's a stand that holds up the ship. There we go. And there we have it. Alright, let's build the stand and wrap this up. And Greg, if you're still here, I did see you sent me an attachment. I'll take a look at that as soon as the live stream's over. Too bad you can't 3D print them. Where everyone go? I don't know, John. I guess I scared them off. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. And I'm not sure what just went on the floor. Okay. Well, let me move this ship into better territory so you can see it. Alright, so we've got Bobo Fett Starship finished. Bobo Fett, Mandalorian, Gomorian Guard, encased in carbonite. A thing that serves to hold this up. And that completes the live stream for today. And I just appreciate if you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I wanted to get this done in an hour. Got done in 54 minutes. Pretty good timing. Be good to each other and stay safe out there. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Have a good one.